Hi, welcome back everyone. So today I will be showing with you how I have did my Toastmaster of the Day's slides. So these information are just for your reference because those are the slides that I prepared in my club meeting. So it's a combination of slides and the information are just for your reference. All right. And if you would like to have a copy or the template of all this information and slides, do drop me an email. I will share more details in the video description below. Thank you very much. So first of all, whenever we attend an online meeting, you can always display this as your first slide, which is your meeting poster, and have a welcome note to all of them. And the next one I would like to share is in my club, we have a practice in the beginning of the meeting during the SAA takes control. The SAA will actually take lead on a moment to arrive session, just to set an intention for the meeting, let everyone have a few deep breaths, close their eyes just to enjoy the moment of silence, rest, and then proceed with the next agenda. So it's usually a very refreshing session, just a minute. Next, this is a meeting reminder slide for SAA to display. So I'll just show you here since I'm doing for the TMD later. And it's up to you how you want to share your house rules or meeting reminders. These are in Word form. I personally also have another, what I call that, a graphic form, where I have the info and also the image. That is more presentable in visual form actually. So some clubs also present the video consent. If you would like to go live or record the session, do inform your audience about that, okay? All right, for the TMD slides, this is what I will usually show. Very important to acknowledge our founder, Dr. Ralphis Medley. So I've showed him a picture and mentioned about the motto of Toastmasters International, where leaders are made, and also highlight the club mission, which is the same for all Toastmasters Club. And the next one, I also have these pictures, which I've got online as well. If you Google, you can actually find some of these interesting images. Depends on how you want to present it, the old information or whether the latest information. So the last one that is behind me is actually the World HQ in Colorado. I believe there are new images in Denver as well. So YMCA Santa Ana, California image, and Helen Blanchard, the first female international president, and Dr. Ralphis Medley with his family. Oh, this is my club, okay, image, some of the image and achievement that you want to show for your club. And also this is another club meeting that I show some of the online meetings that we have since last year. So you can show it and inform your guests, especially non-Toastmasters who you want to invite them to become potential members. And you can highlight the benefits of what Toastmasters can offer. Note that some of these slides, you may want to consider to put it at the end of your session as well, if and only if your guests stayed up to the end of the session. Because I believe after they listen to the entire meeting, they sit in, when they see the speakers and evaluators deliver their speeches, perhaps they are more inspired to join the club. And when you highlight the benefits for them, they are even more inspired. So these are some of the benefits. You can show some quotes from Toastmasters International, which you can get by Googling, or you can simply go to Toastmasters International Facebook page. I found that there are quite a number of quotes or latest information or infographic that is shared by them as well. So you can get some info from there. Fact sheet is also something that I get it from the Toastmasters International website, where there are the latest statistics or fact sheet about our membership. So you can get it. And this is also another slide that I've prepared just to let them know how does it work. So Toastmasters is an experiential learning platform where you can receive peer feedback to improve your speeches. And you will also be guided by a mentor. Of course, you need to make sure your club really have a mentoring system in order for you to share that. And of course, the last one is it's a self-paced program. It's up to you how you want to finish your levels and pathways. So you can also talk about pathways learning experience. What is it all about? So you can highlight to them There are 11 paths for you to choose depending on what kind of competencies you want to focus. And if you want to talk a bit more about pathways, you can show them what kind of competencies is acquired in pathways: public speaking, interpersonal communication, strategic leadership, management, and confidence. And you can achieve them like playing a game, level by level, level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this requires a lot of explanation to be done. So perhaps you may want to do this when you really have returning guests and they are not hearing, they are hearing about pathways for quite some time. So these are some of the additional info that you can tell them. And after they have completed their paths or levels, they can actually get a ribbon. So for districts that have more rewards for the members, you can even highlight that through like the campaigns and so on. You can tell the members. This is a sample of the e-cert that you can download from your Basecamp after you completed your levels. So usually after we talk about the introduction of Toastmasters and also your club history and achievements, you can go into the next agenda, which is to invite the role players to introduce themselves and also tell the audience what is their role all about. And usually I will go through this flow where we invite the technical role players first, then only we go to the general evaluator. And some clubs, they also do it like they will, the TME will ask the general evaluator to invite this team, Grammarian, R Counter, and Timer, to introduce themselves. So it's really up to you. In Malaysia, we asked TME to introduce all these 4 role players. And some clubs may even go to another extent where they also introduces the table topics evaluator, the what else, like speech evaluators, etc. So depending on your club culture. So for Grammarian, where he or she need to introduce the word of the day, I will actually put it in the slides as well, so it's easier for the audience to see it on online meeting. Okay, and there's a thumbs up over there because in our club culture, we do encourages people to show thumbs up, either by using the Zoom reaction button or just show it here to encourage the speakers to do it more, to use the word more often. And of course, for Grammarian, it's also recommended to have the word of the day in their background, just to remind them, or you can even have another device logged in Zoom to have that particular account to showcase that word of the day as one of the participants, so that people, they can always see the word of the day in the meeting room. And of course, the next session in my club is usually the table topic session. So I will actually flash out this slide just to remind the guests, especially on timing indication, where we use the virtual background to show the timing. So it's up to you want to do it or not. And before I forget, I would also like to share something. If you have a lot of time in your club, or it's your club culture to really welcome guests and involve everyone to speak in the beginning of the meeting, and if you have the luxury of time, it's a small group, what you can do is you can invite each guest to speak on the theme, or maybe you have a question prepared for the guest to speak and share. For example, if the theme is love, you may want to share or ask the guest, what is the one thing that you really love to do? Okay, and maybe try to encourage the guests to use the word of the day as well. So the word of the day will be used many times by everyone in the meeting room. So that can is something like a small icebreaker session for an online meeting, if and only if your club meeting is not many people, okay? If not, when it's dragged, people will feel very tired to stay on till the end of the meeting. If in the beginning, they can't really see the value of that, all right? Just be careful on that. So for project speeches session, you may also do this and as an extra mile, where you put down the speaker and also speeches detail here, and you can put the speaker's photo as well. Of course, it's a decent photo that you request from the speaker. And for clubs who invite the general evaluator and speech evaluator to read out the speech objectives, it's better for you to either print screen or screenshot that statement here for easier reference rather than referring to the e-agenda. Or if not, you can really make it nicer to type it out, copy and paste it in text format. This is a print screen version. So it's up to you, how do you think you want to do it. And of course, after the end of your TMD session, your hosting session, when you want to hand over the control to GE, it's good to make the GE feel welcome. Okay, I understand that some districts or some countries, they don't really have external GEs. External GEs means GEs from other Toastmasters clubs. In Malaysia, we usually will invite GEs from other Toastmasters club because we think a fresh pair of eyes will actually add more value to our meeting. So we do give chance or invite GEs from other clubs. So if we want to encourage our own members to become GE, we will usually ask them to do it in other clubs as well. Start from maybe a smaller club and then maybe go to a more advanced club to provide feedback. So that's how we do it. So make sure you introduce and welcome your GE well, set the stage, and make the GE feel proud and happy and excited to lead the evaluation session. All right. I think G is very important because if your GE is a very experienced and eloquent speaker and Toastmasters who is very sharp in evaluation, they can really provide you good feedback and it makes your meeting a very good quality meeting. So be careful on who you choose for GE as well. And of course, thank you. So that is all for my TMD slides. It really depends on your club culture, but I would really encourage for all TMDs to try to vary your slides from time to time, especially for clubs during online meeting, we need to be creative. So what you can do is always try to find new ideas related to the team, related to what's happening right now. If you want to have some quotes to motivate the members, you can put it in your slides, not too many. I would suggest if you have 10 minutes of TMD take control where you need to do the introduction plus the role players and mentioning other things, perhaps you can have maybe maximum 5 slides, 5 to 7 slides maximum. If not, you will go over time. And TMD, you need to make sure that you keep to the agenda timing. So it's up to you on whether the meeting will end on time or not. So another tip is that you can even encourage your club president or whoever to recognize your club members, create a good poster to recognize the achievement of your latest or member or welcoming new member, just to make sure that you have new things, new agenda or ideas in each and every meeting. Okay, and even have some icebreaker. So these are some of the links in this video today. So I will share it in the video description below so that you can directly click into that, explore more, and adjust it based on your preference in your slides. So last but not least, the function that I'm using now in this particular video, I actually recorded this video using Zoom meeting. I just record down in this meeting. And the function that I use is actually sharing screen. In the advanced option, there's a new thing that is still under testing, which is called the PowerPoint as the virtual background. So the file, this file needs to actually be a PowerPoint file, okay? And whatever animations that you add in this PowerPoint, it won't work because it's just appear as a virtual background. Just bear in mind for that. And make sure that you always align your content in your slides in the right position if you do not want to block the content. Okay, so that's a new function in Zoom that you can explore and also maybe try to record yourself. That's all for my sharing. If you would like to stay updated to my latest video every weekend, just click subscribe and also click the bell for notifications when the new video is up. And feel free to comment if you have any feedback for me, good or bad, and also any suggestions for any future topics that you are interested for me to share on. Thank you very much.